Okay, this is another video walkthrough of a computer program that I've made for the TRS-80 MC-10. It's a remake of a program originally written for the Pet computer called Ouranos, with the subtitle of Weather War, I think, or was it? Yeah, something like that. Oh, well, we'll just see here. Take the enemy by storm, that's it. Anyway, you can see that the original author's name is Kathy Rigby, 1980. It was published in the Cursor magazine in edition 21. Here's a program for the TRS-80 MC-10 in Microcolor Basic. Type in two names. Basically, you fight out destruction on your opponent by bringing down different weather phenomenon. I'm going to use a tornado to start and to attack my target. Have to offset the wind, which is to the left, which are negative numbers, by using positive numbers, which offset to the right. So I typed in 64 in this case because the wind is to the left. The weather phenomenon of the tornado would go straight up and down, but if I wanted to go a little bit to the right, I need to also continue to offset some more. So 64 plus about 50, since the cloud's in the middle, I'm going to put 110. It looks, well, there's a little bit of randomness, so it's hard to say where the tornado is going to touch down. It hit a little bit. Oh, yes it did. House of Tom is down to 82%. So I'll play Tom now, and Tom's going to unleash some snow. Each weather effect has a slightly different kind of strength or portfolio of effects. The snow is dense and wide and can do up to about 8 pixels across of damage if it hits straight onto a roof. But it's also a little bit random in how it goes down. There's a slight random variation that jigs and jags a bit. So I'm not going to offset. It's already at negative 64. I'm going to push it forward slightly. I'm going to say about 10. And there it did. Oh, it took a chunk off my roof. Okay. There's also hail, which is the H. Hail penetrates deeply into a house when it hits it on the roof, but it's not as wide. There aren't as many hits on the roof. Rain falls between hail and snow. It's a little bit denser, and when it hits it can shear off the top of a roof up to 6 and a random number of a few extra pixels, so it's not quite as hard hitting as snow, but it travels in straight lines. It doesn't have a slight random variation in its movement downward, so neither does hail for that matter, but the two have slightly different penetrating properties which might be useful. And then there's the lightning one. Now normally lightning is only useful if the cloud is right above one of the houses, because generally it just travels straight down to the ground in a random pattern, but moving towards the ground immediately below the cloud, with a slight possibility that one of its forks will move off in the direction of the current blowing wind. So I'll just demonstrate a typical lightning bolt here so you can see what it looks like. And yes, it has a slight variation to the left because of the wind, but generally you'd only use that if the cloud is above the house and the wind seems favorable to push the lightning slightly into the house. Q is for quit. Anyway, the first person in a round to destroy the other person's house by more than 50% wins. If both players in a round drop below 50%, the person with the lower amount loses. Or if both are tied below 50% in the amount of damage, then it's a tie game. Anyway, hope you enjoy the game.